Your story will give you respect, and your story will make you famous. You know what you've been through, and you know that what you have faced and what you have overcome, it needs to be heard. It needs to be heard, written. Use your voice, right? Your story is going to allow for others to have hope and encouragement. You know what it's like and what it takes to become your best self and to overcome certain trials and storms, and you've been given wisdom through your experiences. You've learned lessons of patience and how to value certain things, and you've learned all these learning lessons from God. You've been through, you feel like you've lived multiple lives with how much you've been through, the areas of life that you have experienced. It's all for a reason. And we face a lot of persecution from the world. But God will allow for you to work with Him, and for His people, in testifying to His power. God will get the glory out of your story. And don't sell yourself short. It has taken a lot from you in meeting God in all of these circumstances, hoping and praying and relying on God. And He will use your story, your testimony, to get you to the land of milk and honey, that creative endeavor. He will open a door that will be such a revolution. It'll be a revolution. Stepping into your frame and finally seeing the fruits and having more understanding, gaining more and more understanding of why you went through this, why you went through that. Why was I bogged down for that amount of time in the past? It's all leading to the chosen one's takeoff. Take off into higher things, better things. You're learning discipline, right? Interested in meaningful things, truth, and beneficial topics. You feel inclined to bring the best out of others, and you know what it takes to do that. And you know that it's God that works all things good for those that love Him, right? So you have a story of your past and your present and your future. It's all going to make more and more sense. And when you use your God-given voice and intellect and discover your gifts and just allow for God to work through you, He will create pathways, lanes, these opening doors for you to receive all that He has for you. And I know that you feel this in you, like you're not here to just be mediocre and to be blessed with all of this knowledge that you have to let it go to waste. It's to share, it's to give that charity out into the world, being a fisher of men. leading people to Christ and the good things of Christ, right? Things that you've sacrificed for this. Things that God has done for you. Hope and God pulling you out of these like snares and these deceptions, and there's people ahead of you and behind you in this spiritual walk that will be able to receive what God can do through you. Your authenticity. You were uniquely made here for a reason. It's all leading up to being exalted. Your doubters are going to have to respect you. Your haters. Those that like covertly try to keep you down. They're not going to be able to say that they helped you get to where you will get, because you've learned that it's God. God's going to be the one who empowered you and gave you the strength to not be codependent with anyone. It's Him and the things that you've learned from Him. And you are, like, you're ready to start now if you haven't. Start writing, start recording, start sharing. You have an endless amount to speak about. Don't overthink it. Like, you can grasp from your life any area of your life, because now you know that it was God right there. And others can take value from that. This is charity. This is love. This is, being a part of the body of Christ. Edifying and giving hope. So don't let anyone tell you that you're just, screwed for the rest of your life. Whatever situation you're in right now, you'll be able to use that. And you'll be thankful for what you've been through. All of the hardships, you can look back and thank God that you experienced that, because there's meaning behind it. Learning lessons. And you can give that. You can cast that out into the world. And the Lord blesses you in return. You're going to get to a place where you're not so bound to the systems of the matrix, where you have built something to where you can create time and have like financial freedom to do what you love and what you want to do, to travel, to create more, the time and energy to create more creative things. And it'll be like a snowball effect. You're gonna gain traction in telling your story. It's going, because others can relate to it. Others need to hear what you've experienced. God brings the increase in this way by you taking a step of faith and testifying. He brings an increase in supporters, an increase in opportunities. So the future is looking bright for God's chosen people. He has a promised land in mind. All that your heart's desire, all that your heart desires. And at the same time, he's been changing your heart. For example, you want nice things, but you know how costly it can be to become materialistic. So it's like he's molding your heart and what you want out of life. And he makes the desires of your heart come true. But it's like the biggest variable, and what I'm touching on here is that you have to do the work. And it's a kind of work that don't even feel like work. And I'm not going to discredit, for my own sake, I feel like YouTube is the beginning of me meeting God halfway with all of this. I'm not going to discredit how tough it can be, but it's a kind of work that feels like purpose. It feels like I was meant to do this. You are going to discover that. And it's going to be something that will allow you to use all that you've been through. And in the end, or later in life, you have the potential for God to exalt you through testifying to Him. So just a short video today. You know, I say this because I used to think that anyone speaking positively about resources was like a false teacher. So I know that there might be that exact seed planted in some of you. But I mean, you can have your way and choose not to believe in the good things of God. But I am glad that He has pulled me out of that mindset, because I have been seeing the fruits of my labor. I have been seeing God bless me through all the hardships. It's already starting to make sense, and I feel like it's just begun. And I want this for all of you. At the right time, you will take that step. And He will give just enough reassurance that you're doing the right thing. He'll sprinkle in a little blessing or a timely confirmation through one of His people. And they'll say, wow, I needed to hear that. Thank you. Thank you for being